Hey guys, I'm the Great Jedi and welcome back to the channel. I hope you are all doing well, and today's video is a channel update. We haven't had one of these in a while, and Star Wars Jedi Survivor will be out in less than a week by the time you're seeing this video. And we're going to be talking about the overall plan for Star Wars Jedi Survivor in terms of all the content, as well as a little bit of news, because I've really been back and forth on a lot of this stuff with myself, and I was finally able to get a plan going. So this is a way for me to let you guys know what the plan is and what you guys can expect, the little bits of news. And if you're new here and you're still here, I appreciate you. Welcome. If you're interested in Star Wars Jedi Survivor content, then this is the channel for you. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So starting off with the quick bits of news, I wanted to let you guys know that you can preload the game at these times here depending on your platform. So for me, I'm getting it on console, so I can start preloading the game on April 25th at 9 o'clock p.m. And for those that don't know what preload means, that just basically means if you pre-order the game and want to play it right when it releases, you can download the game beforehand so that it's ready. So preload is just ultimately meaning downloading the game before release. As for how much room/storage you're going to need, it will also depend on your platform. So for PlayStation, it's going to be about 148 gigabytes. For PC, it's going to be about 155 gigabytes. And for the Xbox Series X, it will be 140 gigabytes, while the Xbox Series S will only be about 44 gigabytes. So be sure to make the appropriate room before trying to preload. I already know I'm already going to have to reorganize all of what I have installed and not installed, so yeah, that's probably going to take me a minute. But if you are planning on playing the game on PC, I highly recommend you take the following information into consideration. So, the minimum requirements to play Jedi Survivor on PC is Windows 10, 64-bit for the operating system, 8 gigs of RAM, an Intel Core i7-7700 with 4 cores or 8 threads, or an AMD Ryzen 5 1400 for the CPU, a NVIDIA GTX 1070 or AMD Radeon RX 580 with 8 gigabytes and DX12 for the GPU, and of course 155 gigabytes of storage to download the game. As for the recommended settings, you will need Windows 10 64-bit operating system, 16 gigs of RAM, an Intel Core i5 11600K, or an AMD Ryzen 5 5600X with 4 cores/8 threads, a NVIDIA RTX 2070, or an AMD RX 6700 XT for the GPU with DX12 and 8 gigs. And of course, 155 gigabytes of free storage of an SSD. So there you guys have it. Although I do want to give you guys my quick 2 cents regarding my experience with PCs, but before I do, let me give you some of my PC specs so that you guys can compare that to the recommended system requirements. So for my PC, I have the same operating system as it recommends, but instead of having 16 gigs of RAM, I have 64. And instead of having an Intel Core i5 11600K with 4 cores, I have an i9 9900K with 8 cores. And instead of having a NVIDIA RTX 2070 for the GPU, I have an RTX 2080 Ti. So as you can see, I have more than the required and recommended PC specs, and I'm still buying it on console, specifically the PS5, because I have a strong feeling it won't perform as well as I'm hoping, and honestly, I would just hope for at least a solid 60 frames a second across the entire experience, which honestly isn't asking for a whole lot with the specs that I have, and what they said we need to run it. And I have a pretty beefy unit, as you just heard. It's not the best anymore because newer things constantly come out and parts are pretty expensive, and I can't always upgrade it as the years go on, but it overall gets the job done in most cases. Although when it comes to games and their recommended settings, yes, recommended, not requirements, I still tend to have some problems frame-wise, and it's not because of my PC rig. Many others have the same issue. It really has to do with their optimization not being there all the way. And since I've had that experience multiple times before, and I'm also wanting to stream it, and the fact that a lot of game changers have already actually came out and said they have had noticeable frame drops under 60 frames a second when playing the game when they're on EA's computers. And like I said, that's EA's computers, so that's another red flag to take in consideration. I understand it's a pre-release build, but they obviously thought it would be like that, otherwise EA wouldn't have flown them out to try out their game just for it to be unplayable at times. And I'm sure you PC players know what I'm talking about when the frame drops happen, because especially when it's under 60 frames a second, it pretty much makes it unplayable and not fun at all. But anyways, we're getting not really off topic here. but I did want to let you PC players know that, hey, you might want to consider getting it on console because I have a feeling it won't run right, at least for a while at launch. I'm sure they'll eventually fix it, as most games do, but sometimes you have to wait weeks to months for an update to fix optimization, so I just wanted to give you guys my 2 cents in my experience because it may help you. And I'm not talking out of my butt here either, because I'm also taking my own advice and getting it on console. Now for the next bit of news, Jedi Survivor will have a total of 54 trophies, 1 platinum, 2 gold, 7 silver, and 44 bronze, and we can actually see quite a few new details regarding the game given the descriptions of what we need to do to earn them. But there's also a lot, so I'm not going to be going over all of them here, but for those that do want to check out all that stuff, the link is in the description as well as all my other sources. Also, you don't have to worry about spoilers to my knowledge because a lot of them just say hidden story trophy. Although, just still be careful out there online because there are a lot of spoilers right now from people who've gotten the game early, so beware if you don't want to be spoiled. And if you don't care about spoilers and you just want to see what the game has to offer, you can do a simple search in Google and possibly YouTube, and I'm sure you'll see a video and article going over all that stuff. I'm just not going to try and give you guys a link because I don't want to be spoiled, so I'm not going to go near that stuff. Now, Jedi Survivor is also doing something games normally don't do, and that's having a global release time, meaning that instead of the game coming out in your local time zone like normal, everyone will be getting it at the same time. Like normally, games do it locally, so people could change their time zone of where they live on their console or PC, and then they get to play the game early. So it seems like they're trying to bypass all of that for spoilers and just allowing everyone to play it at the same time. So here's the global time the game is releasing in your time zone. Also, for our last bit of news, I want to let you guys know that if you're getting a physical copy of Jedi Survivor, you will have to still update the game to play, and I just wanted to let you guys know that because I know that's something that isn't common. So if you don't have any good Wi-Fi during that time, then just expect that you're going to have to wait a while to play it, even though you have a physical copy. Now, moving away from the news into the overall plan with the channel, I've already pre-ordered the game and will be playing the day of release, although I'm not going to be playing it all day long like I normally would because I'm actually going to be going to the movies with some friends to watch Star Wars Return of the Jedi in theaters, which I'm sure will be a blast. Although, what you guys can expect, or at least my plan, is to play Star Wars Jedi Survivor every day except for Sunday till the 6th of May, hoping that I'll be finished with the game by then. Not necessarily 100% platinum completion, but the overall story and side quest is the goal. That way I can focus on getting all the collectibles and cosmetics, which I may or may not stream. I haven't decided yet, we'll see. I want to be able to get all that content for making videos. I have a buttload of videos planned for Survivor, but you guys are actually not going to see them right away when the game comes out, and that's why I'm making this video. So the overall plan is just to stream Survivor the day it comes out and every day except for April 30th, which is a Sunday, and hopefully be done around the 6th of May. That way the next 2 weeks I can really focus on getting all those planned videos out to you guys. And I'm letting you guys know all this to be transparent, and that way you guys know what to expect and that you guys aren't all blind to what my plan is here. And if you're wondering why I'm not starting video content until I finish streaming the game, that's a legitimate question that I ask myself as well, and it ultimately comes down to me wanting to enjoy playing the game and not getting all stressed out on, oh, I need to get this out, just to say the least. And I don't want to feel rushed when I play games because if that's the case, then I also don't have as much fun. I like to go at my own pace, so that's the plan. I want to enjoy that process still, and obviously I don't want to leave you guys hanging without any content, especially when it's a new Star Wars game, and that's one reason why I'm also trying to finish the game as fast as possible without rushing, if that makes sense, which I'm okay with. That's why I'm actually going to try and finish it within a week and streaming almost every day. I obviously can't do it all day, every day, but it's going to be my main priority for the channel. I'm going to be putting all my focus on the game until I'm not having fun anymore, and to be honest, I really don't think there's going to be a point where I'm not having fun, especially within the first week of the game coming out, but we'll see. And just because I say till May 6th, that doesn't technically mean we'll beat it by then, because that may not be the case at all. I actually have no idea how long it's actually going to take me, but that's the plan. And then once I finish the game and enjoyed it, that's when I'll be primarily focusing on the video content for you guys. And I know some of you guys will want me to get that video content out right away. I do understand, and honestly it would be better for the channel as well because we could get more growth, but I don't want me playing the game to be a burden, because one of the reasons why I've wanted to start this channel was because I like video games and enjoy them. I have fun, and I don't want that to necessarily change to me playing a new Star Wars game as a burden, so to speak. I don't know if that's making sense or coming across the right way as I'm kind of envisioning this, but that's where I'm at right now. Plus, when it comes to getting content out first, I'm not going to be able to be that channel as of now for that game because I have school, a job, my personal life on top of everything else, including content creation and Project Revamp. And by the time I even get my fingers on the game to start playing it, there's already creators out there that have already gotten the game, beat it, and already have the content made, ready for it to go live when the game releases. So like I said, it's already an uphill battle in that sense as well. I don't want to race it out. I want to have fun with it and also be the quality that you guys deserve. So hopefully this kind of video kind of gives you an insight on what the plan is. Hopefully you guys are okay with this. I'm honestly truly working my butt off any spare second I can get, and I know videos have been really slow like the past year, but once I can get a minute to breathe here, so to speak, it will all start flowing again on a consistent basis with quality content. But regardless, what do you guys think of the plan? Do you love it? Do you understand it? Do you hate it? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm curious to what you guys think. Also, did you like the video? Was it informative between the news and what you guys can expect on the channel? But that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay up to date on all Star Wars Jedi Survivor content, please consider subscribing and liking the video. Only if you enjoyed, of course. It's completely free. And if you didn't like it, that's cool too. Feel free to give the video a dislike and leave any constructive criticism in the comments for me on how to make this content better. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and may the Force be with you always. No.